T.S. Turner was a city-smart kid fighting his way off the street until he was framed for a crime he didn't commit. Amy Taylor was a young crusading lawyer. She mounted an appeal to put Turner back on the street, this time in a suit and tie, working as a private detective. Together, they are T&T.
This is the right place?
Of course it is. It's a school, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't...
Guys, please. I gotta be there in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
You got everything, T.S.?
Yeah, how'd I look?
Just like a teacher.
I really appreciate you filling in for me like this, T.S.
Hey, don't mention it, Amy. Just give my regards to Chicago.
Will do. Hey, come on, James. I got a plane to catch.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, T.S., remember, they're kids, not criminals?
Right.
Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute teacher! Substitute...
Good morning, class. Where's your teacher?
She's sick today, sir.
What's wrong with her?
She's got kidney beans, sir.
Kidney beans?
He means kidney stones, sir. Are you a substitute teacher?
Well, not exactly. The teacher arranged for my partner, Miss Taylor, to come by. Miss Taylor is a lawyer, and she was going to talk to you today about law and society, but she had to go out of town on business.
What kind of business, sir?
None of your business, that's for sure.
Anyway, she couldn't make it, so she asked me to fill in for her. My name is Mr. Turner.
Are you a lawyer too, Mr. Turner?
No, I'm a private detective.
A private detective?
Hey, Mr. Turner, why don't you tell us all about being a private detective?
Yeah, tell us like what a private detective does and what he eats.
All you ever think about is food. Tell us about some of your interesting cases, Mr. Turner.
I guess I could.
Well, tell us about some of the fights you get into, Mr. Turner. You must get into a lot of fights.
Well, actually, I don't do that much fighting. Being a detective, mostly talking to people, walking around, gathering information. Sort of like schoolwork. You may not dig in too much at the time, but later on, you'll realize it's got you where you want to be. It's good to get out on the streets. You know, look around, talk to the people, find out what's going down. Everyone can tell you something if you're willing to take the time to listen. Excuse me, got a minute?
Oh, sure, mister. Really, I got plenty of time.
Hey, look, I work for the Metro County Eagle.
I hate that rag. I mean, just look at this place. You know how hard it is to get a good waitress these days?
You blame it on the paper?
Well, you lost me the best one I ever had. She got one look at that shot they took of her, and boom, she was gone. I'm thinking about suing.
Wait a minute, I got a better idea. Why don't we try to find her for you?
Get it. We look, nothing.
Believe me, we do this all the time. Let us try.
What are you, an investigative reporter or something?
I'm something. When's the last time you seen her?
Running for home like a bat out of hell.
And if you're friendly and polite, you get results.
You detective types kill me. What do you think I am, a machine? You think I got a roll of film in my head?
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful. Well, most of the times.
But what if being polite doesn't work? What if they just ignore you?
Then you have to be a little more firm.
I ask you nicely. Then I ask you politely. Now I'm just asking. A blonde kid, about 12, named Mickey. Oh, that kid, sure.
And if that don't work, then you get a lot more firm.
Listen, brother, 8 innocent people gonna die if I don't find that lady.
Found the way, chump. I already told you what I know.
And if that don't work, then you get as firm as you have to.
What's that name?
I don't know what you're talking about. Stop. Twilight Zone.
Yes, may I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was room 102.
It is.
Are you sure?
That's what the number says.
Gee, how you like that? They must have given me the wrong room number in the office. Sorry.
That's okay, brother. Excuse me, please. We got some learning to do.
Polite but firm, right, Mr. Turner?
Right,
Dorothy.
What if your questions don't get you anywhere? Then you punch somebody out?
No, it's not that simple,
Robert.
Yeah, Robert, no. Then you count on your connections.
What kind of connections, sir? Like criminals?
No, special friends who might have inside information.
Fat Sam, you're the coolest dude I know.
As long as the dice keep rolling my way.
Yeah. The sort of dudes who believe in a favor for a favor. They don't ask questions, and they don't tell lies. There are people you go to when you're running out of time, or you're running into trouble. Everyone needs a little help every now and then, or hide someone. And it's good to have friends who will be there for you.
Room on the block. Here's 2 looking for a particular crack dealer. To be honest with you, Fat Sam, I want to bust all the crack dealers, but I want this one first.
Yeah, I hear that. Still, that's a hell of a big favor.
You're right. But we need a big favor. You go to a big man.
Like my old friend Smiling Ryan.
It's a scary world.
Now that's someone who lives the good life, but he never forgot where he came from.
Do I owe you a favor, Turner?
Several.
And of course, there's a bonus when it comes to dealing with friends. It ain't always business.
Sure there isn't anything else you'd like?
Well, maybe. How about some cookies and milk?
It's a tough job, kids. Somebody's got to do it.
What kind of cookies were they, Mr. Turner?
Don't be so stupid.
I'm interested, okay?
Well, as I recall, I think the first 2 dozen was peanut butter cookies.
But, sir, don't you ever get to fight anybody?
Is that all you can talk about? Sometimes you have to just sit and watch people, don't you, Mr. Turner?
That's right. Dorothy, it's called surveillance. And I tell you, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of waiting around for a little bit of action. Seems the most of what you do when you survey someone is watch, walk, and follow. The most important thing is to keep out of sight. People don't like to find out you've been surveying them. In fact, some of them get downright nasty about the whole thing. It's a little more comfortable when you're surveying from your car, but you still have to pay attention. You always got to keep your mind on the job.
But what if you get hungry?
Then you eat, little brother. Pizza's okay, but my favorite surveillance food is donuts.
Hey, wait a minute, Decker. How many donuts you eat?
2.
Amy.
Half. I had half a donut.
Who ate the other half?
You did. You had 3.5 donuts.
Oh. Well, how come I'm still hungry?
How many donuts would you eat in a normal day, Mr. Turner?
What kind of a question is that?
I'm just asking.
Well,
Michael.
Well, Michael.
Or Mike.
Well, Mike.
Either one. My mother calls me Michael. My dad calls me Mike.
And no one else ever calls you at all. Mr. Turner, how do you gather information if you don't have any suspects to follow?
Well, Dorothy, then it becomes a little more difficult. Sometimes you have to start knocking on doors. But that don't go down too big sometimes.
What do you want?
Got my friends in there. Let me in.
Go away.
You gotta have thick knuckles to be a private detective.
What if that doesn't work?
Well then, little brother, you have to improvise.
Sorry, brothers. Y'all must didn't hear me. I'm looking for Billy.
But Be careful. You never know who or what's gonna be on the other side of that door.
You gotta stop eating those donuts, TS. Donuts ain't got nothing to do with it, brother.
And remember, there's a lot of ways to get inside a place.
Now that's more like it.
But it's not something you should try at home. You again? What do you want?
I'm sorry, but I don't think you belong in this classroom.
What you talking about, man? Them kids love me.
Oh, I'm sure of that, sir. But you see, I was down in the office, and they told me that I was supposed to be in room 102.
Well, maybe the principal made a mistake.
With all due respect, sir, maybe you made the mistake. So now, if you don't mind,
Yes, I do mind.
you leave me no choice. Where do you go?
Now, where were we?
I wish my dad had a job like yours, Mr. Turner.
I wish I had a job like yours.
Wait a minute now. My job's not always that exciting.
Believe me, it ain't all good times, fine food, and old friends. But I guess you gotta take the good with the bad. You know, just grin and bear it.
Bon appetit.
Looks tasty.
It's the best you're gonna get around here.
Go away and don't come back.
Tell us about your clients, Mr. Turner. What kind of people do you work for?
Well, let me see. I work for so many different people.
I've served models, dancers, and kids who cut classes, musicians, morticians, and a weird dude with glasses. There was a fat man who liked opera, and a punker named Spud. One client played hockey, another wrestled in mud. There's all kinds of kids, and a dog that had rabies. One time I even worked for a little bitty baby.
Look at the curl. He's a client. His mother left him on the doorstep with a note saying she'd be back in a couple of days. I think she's in some kind of trouble.
She's in trouble.
She got a name?
Boxers and bankers, and people who were stricken. There were even one dude who was dressed like a chicken. Hey, I've been uptown, downtown, and places in between. I've helped people from all over, if you know what I mean. But no matter who they are, my job is still the same. Helping the clients, that's the name of the game. Rich folks, poor folks, whoever's in trouble. When they call for T.S. Turner, I'm there on the double.
I want to be a private detective when I grow up.
You wish.
Say, can you tell me where room 102 is?
What?
Room 102.
Let me guess. Big black guy, dresses like a punk rocker, acts like a bouncer.
He's a friend of mine.
Indeed. He's a friend of yours.
That's what I said.
So you did. So you did. Here. Follow me.
But doesn't it get dangerous? Don't you have to go after desperate crooks sometimes?
Yeah, and when you catch them, do you punch them out?
Not if I can avoid it, Robert. But sometimes I do have to chase them down the streets.
Yep, a private detective gotta be fit. Fit, strong, and tough. You see, when a guy runs, that's his last resort. He's running because he's guilty. And believe me, he don't want to get caught. But you can't let nothing stand in your way when you gotta catch someone. And little things do come up. Then you gotta improvise. And we already talked about improvise, remember? And sometimes you don't have to do nothing. Because as you know, what goes up must come down. But it ain't all me chasing people. Sometimes I can chase myself. That's why I can understand why people don't want to get caught. So one more time, kids. Fit, strong, tough, and smart. And it don't hurt to be fast also.
But there must be some fights, Mr. Turner.
You must have to defend yourself sometimes.
Well, yes. Sometimes I do. But I'm not always alone. I can always count on my partner for backup when I need it. And believe me, she's one capable professional lady. She's the sort of person who has her own way of taking care of business. Now, we don't always see eye to eye. But if I'm going into a courtroom, there's no one else I'd rather have in my corner.
Bingo. This is really not right. First I'm late for court, then I lose the document.
I'll sue the lot of you.
Shut up, Finn.
You see, Amy may lose her temper sometimes, but she's really a sweet person. When things like that happen, it's only because she cares and is trying to help you out.
Your profession. What do women know about the law? You should be home making babies like the rest of them.
All right, I admit it. She's got a mean right hand. You see, I taught her everything she knows, and that means turning the other cheek sometimes. To sum up, Amy, I'll say she's looking for justice. And you better look out if you're standing in her way. And my buddy Dick has helped me out a few times, too. Dick, I need your help.
Sure thing.
Amy, I'll call you in a few minutes.
Hey, Williams, keep your hands out of my till. It was a mean hit you took.
My mother always said I had a hard head.
If you had some hair, it would cushion the blow. Listen, if you ask me real nicely, I'll go down that ship and check things out for you.
Private detectives should always have a good friend. Someone you can trust. Someone to rely on. Someone who can share the good, the bad, and the painful.
Nice place you got here. Gym's closed. What do you guys want? Turner's got a big nose. Yeah? Well, you got a big mouth, punk. We've got a message for you. You could tell Twain to kiss my...
You see, it might be a headache sometimes, but having friends like Decker, now that's what it's all about.
You must fight people sometimes, Mr. Turner. I know you do.
Yeah, tell us about that, Mr. Turner.
You guys, all you ever talk about is beating people up. I'm sure Mr. Turner has a much better way of bringing criminals to justice. Don't you, sir?
Well, usually I do, Dorothy, but sometimes the crooks don't take too kindly to the idea of law and order.
And that's when you fight them, right?
One thing you gotta understand, little brother, violence is always the last resort. No one should fight except to defend themselves. Now, there's always gonna be someone who wants to do you wrong. Now, if you can, walk away from them. But if you can't, shouldn't have done that. Make sure you do it right.
That was a good one, Mr. Turner.
You can teach us anytime.
Yeah, I wish you could be our full-time teacher.
This is what I want you to do. When I give you the word, I want you to break the door down. You heard me.
Why don't I just knock?
It's too late for diplomacy. Mr. Turner! You've got exactly 5 seconds to open this door. I'm warning you, if you don't open this door, I'm gonna break it down!
Now. Okay.
Decker, what you doing here, man?
The question is not what is he doing here, but what are you doing here?
Just doing my job.
Well, I'm usually a violent man, but I suggest for your safety that you and your partner vacate these premises immediately.
And who are you?
Arnold Wingate, BA in sociology, and one-time third-ranked sophomore middleweight from Princeton University. And who are you?
T.S. Turner, BS School of Hard Knocks.
Well, Mr. Turner, get ready for another one. Come on, put up your dukes.
Easy, Mr. Wingate. Violence never solved anything.
It's too late. Come on.
Arnold, why don't you just tell him?
Come on, put him up.
Tell me what?
Arnold is a substitute teacher.
You're trying my patience.
Oh, yeah? Where does he teach?
Here.
You asked for it.
Here!
T.S., you're in the wrong school.
I am?
You are.
I apologize, Mr. Wingate.
It's okay, Mr. Turner. Apology accepted.
Kids, this is Mr. Wingate, your new substitute teacher. Excuse me, I gotta go to another school.